That debris is getting a little close. Still happy? 35? Yep. So it's already picked up to the 1500 now because we get faster and faster and faster as we whip around here to chuck us out to here. So we would have been going a lot faster through here to push us right out towards the Minmus's orbit if we hadn't used up all this fuel. I think I'm good to use a little bit more of it now. There we are, 33 is a good altitude. $33, I'm happy with that. $130, 127 meters per second remaining. I think that'll do us. 33. And we'll just get rid of the rest of that fuel. And the landing legs will go. Ooh, mind the poor graphics there. I had a bit of a moment. There's the moon. We'll just discard the remaining fuel there. Set ourselves on a retrograde position. Check our electricity. That's good. Probably don't even need SAS. And I'm going to do an Alt F5 now. Quick save number 8. It just gives you a bit more of a go back to point. Probably should have done that just before I lost the fuel. Don't need that vessel information. What is going on with those graphics? I haven't got any mods that affect graphics, so I'm not entirely sure why that is all going a bit funny. Where are we? 600,000 meters up. Let's time warp. 500, 400, 300, 200, 100. We're not doing EVAs. We're coming into land. Let's make sure that debris is not catching us up. It's it's going to go on a wider orbit than us now. We're going beneath it. 900, 800, and in the atmosphere. Now, I'm not going to touch anything. I'm interested to see whether this will self-right itself or whether we need... There it goes, there it goes. It's just grabbing that little bit of the atmosphere on the outside. And it brings it down, a bit of a pendulum effect, so it goes a bit too far. And automatically, because this is how I've built it to balance itself. And I'm hoping we're going to be able to auto-balance itself soon enough. I'm getting a bit worried, actually. There we go, just line it up for it. I think it would have made it anyway, but there was so much heating effect already. I was worried that things were going to get hot too soon. I don't want to ruin it right now, so... hottest part at the moment is the heat shield at 47%. We'll just check to see what the ablator's doing. Nothing to worry about there at all. Again, the auto balance is keeping us around the retrograde marker. Nothing else is getting too hot. I think we're rotating, which I don't really want to do, but heat shield is still the thing that's getting hot. Look where we're going to be landing. Looks of things probably water here. Maybe make it onto land. Either way. Oh, what was that? What was that? That was debris, was it? I don't know why that's... found its way down eventually. Anyway, so we are flying through the atmosphere over 2,200 meters per second at 31,000 feet. our periapsis has now dropped below the surface, so we're definitely coming back. Our apoapsis is well into the atmosphere, so we are definitely coming back. The command module is the hottest part at the moment, at 54% of its allowable heat, so that shouldn't be too bad. Temperatures should be starting to go down soon. Yep, 50%, 49%. Oh, that's the heat shield. Yep, that's all good. Heading for that land. I'm not sure we're going to make it to the land or not. Don't really mind whether we do or not. We've got drogue chutes to go off first, followed by the main chutes. So we've got plenty of parachutes to slow us down. We're still going 4 times the speed of sound at the moment, which is why we've still got such high heating effects. The ablator barely lost anything. We probably could have not used all that ablator. But now we're down at under 1,000 meters per second. It looks like we may well make landfall, depending on when I fire the chutes, I guess, really. I'm not sure whether I want to make it or not. I'm just thinking about the surface sample that we can take to get some news. So we're already over the shores. So I think I'm going to throw out the drogue chutes now. And yep, they're coming down nice and safely. Main chutes could go now, but we're just going to wait on those. We're still 11,000 meters up. And we're coming down. Science X is telling us that we could do some mystery goo or material study, but the ones we're carrying are currently going to give us more than the output of those, so we will keep those ones that we've currently got. I think it's time for F5 because I'm feeling safe. Bit of a time warp until we get a little lower. Still going 90 meters per second, but we've still got plenty of parachutes to come. Have a little splashdown in the shore so we get a water surface sample. Drogue chutes are now out, bring us down to 26 meters per second. And when we get a little lower, I'm going to let the main chutes go as well now. We're now going 4.6 meters per second, a nice gentle touchdown. 800 meters up. Cadet, I hope you've ordered what cakes and biscuits you want with your cup of tea, because it's nearly time. 600 meters up. 500 meters up. 400. 300 meters up. 200 meters. 150. So I think this has been a pretty successful flight. The way back especially, I astonished how easy it seemed. 30 meters up. One or two mishaps, as you would expect. And let's see what Science X has to say. We could do some more scans. If we had, we haven't got mystery goo at the shores. We've got some material study, but we could EVA. When can you get a surface study? Take a surface sample, another 10.8 and board. Atmospheric pressure, which I don't think we can do because we've got the one that's on Minmus, which we'll keep, and Mystery Goo, which we've got the one on Minmus, which we'll keep. So that's all worth doing. What do we got here? World's first. Splashdown from we return home from the surface of Minmus, and we return from an orbit of Minmus. So there we go. We'll recover that vessel. And with the science that we got from the flyby of the sun, and the science we got from this mission, which was 803, plus we sent some back, we've now got 1200 science to spend. Let's see what she got here. A ribbon for completing at least a single mission as a pilot. That was our first mission other than our rescue mission. For awarding more than 600 research points. EVA and Kerbin's waters. Footsteps, taking footsteps on Kerbin. Planting a flag on Minmus. Completing a significant contract. For being the first couple to take footsteps on Minmus. First landing on Minmus. Awarded for EVA in 0 atmosphere around Minmus. Awarded for being the first Kerbal on EVA in a stable orbit around Minmus. First Kerbal orbiting around Minmus, and 20% of solid rocket boosters. I like my solid rocket boosters when I take off, don't I? Maybe I should get rid of that, some of those. Loads of science back. Absolutely tons of science. Parts. Obviously the monorail propellant that we shouldn't have taken, but 17,000 worth of science back, which worth of funds back, which, you know, I think the actual craft only cost about 50, 60. We'll have a quick look. And Cadet has gained 6 XP and advanced to level 2. How much did that craft cost us? Just have a very quick look. 56,000. We got 17 of it back. And we've now got somewhere in the region of 1,200 science and 800,000 funds to spend. Tracking station, if we upgrade it, what do we get? Unknown object tracking, which is asteroids, I think. 400,000 would give us unlimited contracts, unlimited parts, and action groups. That's 1.2, so we need to save up a bit more for that one. Fully upgraded. I haven't done anything with that. This would need to, because to get to the next level, we need to get 2.5, so we need to think about saving up for that. Astronaut complex. That's to get unlimited Kerbals. What is that? Administration building, which I'm not actually using at the moment. So probably unlimited contracts would be useful, and the science. Well, at the moment, we can only use 255 parts, which I'm not sure how near we've got to that limit. So they're probably the two that we need to worry about the most, really. But we can save up for it. Quick look. Available contracts. Go to Orbital spacewalk near the moon. Plant a flag on Minmus. We've already done that. Surface survey Kerbin. Plant a flag on the moon. Surface. Plant a flag on the moon. We'll take that. We'll take the spacewalk around the moon. Build a new surface output on Minmus. Maybe in the future. Just been there. So I think we may well be going back. We might be using that craft, or maybe modifying that craft slightly to get us to the moon. Maybe a more stable base with a ladder on it, and we go to the moon. Talking of ladders, we might need to spend some of this science. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can't get all of them. But I think I'm going to go and say we do want to get this one, because that gives us the orange tank, some adapters, the connector ports, and well, let's just have that one. I'm not sure about this different things, but maybe. Asteroid scanner and grabber unit. That's potential. Spaceplane stuff. Don't think we need to go down that route just yet. Advanced reaction wheels and external engines. Maybe we'll be looking at this 3-man command pod. Ladder. Mobile processing bay. I think we'll have that one. That's a science thing, so I think we'll be grabbing that. So this is the other one I was interested in. We'll have that one. This has got better docking ports. This gives us the main sail, so we can build bigger rockets. It's got the grabber unit. Let's have that one. And then finally this one for ground pylons, better docking ports, stacked decouplers, containers, nose cones. Hold on, fairings. Fairings. There we go. Filled out that quite nicely. So these, what are these? Are 300. So we can get these before we upgrade, because this is the 500 odd one. So we can get this before we upgrade the science station. So I think next time we'll be going to the moon. Maybe a slight adjustment to our current rocket, but I really enjoyed the XS Delta V that we had there. That should be enough to get us a slightly heavier lander, which will make us hopefully a bit more stable. And then we'll go to the moon. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please consider giving me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to hear about when I do some more videos. In the meantime, if you want to click on one of the other videos that I've done on a different game, then these are my latest ones. Please go ahead. Or if you click on the next video in this series, that'll take you directly to the next video in this series if I've done it and uploaded it. Thanks for watching.